So here's a question. What do you think of mental health?
Mental health? I feel like it's not even considered taken into consideration.
I think it's just something wrong about the chemicals inside the brain. So it could be genetic or hereditary, or just like a causal problem.
What do you think of mental health?
It's very important. Everything comes from the mind. So I mean, if you're not mentally healthy, then you know it's gonna be pretty hard to live.
Even people without mental health issues develop mental health issues. For example, the military. A lot of people go into the military trying to build a better future, a great source of income, a credible things to put on their resumes, and they come back with all these mental issues of like having to do with murder or being a prisoner of war. And so a lot of the government doesn't really, for the most part, they don't really take care of that or address that issue. So even in that aspect, just in that aspect alone, I feel like mental health isn't really taken into consideration as it should be. And I was only aware of mental health, for me personally, once I finally got admitted into a mental hospital. Before then, I had no clue about it. So I feel like we could be more informed, maybe in education.
So what comes to mind when I say the words mental health?
Mental health, what comes to mind is just the brain. I don't know, just kind of like disorders like anxiety, schizophrenia, ADD, all these diseases, well, mental.
It comes to mind when I say the words mental health.
I think that you're supposed to be emotionally stable, and you have to be stress-free and everything. Like try to arrange your problems. I mean, fix your problems in a really good, healthy way, not just stress about it all the time.
Mental health. If you're, let's just say, stable emotionally, I guess.
Okay. So would you say that it's really important to be emotionally healthy?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're not happy, if you're not, well, I wouldn't say successful, but if you're just not happy, then how can you physically be happy? How can you enjoy life? You know, it's all in your head. That's what I think.
What comes to mind when I say the words mental health? Sick people? Okay.
Mental health, I think, is probably the biggest epidemic right now. Before we're worried about all kinds of diseases, and while that's still an issue, mental health issues, in fact, are affecting everyone. Everyone's getting all kinds of diseases. Depression is common amongst everybody, so I think it's an epidemic and it needs to be taken care of.
I guess mental health programs. Let me see, psychologists. And I do not know a psychologist.
Actually, I honestly wouldn't know. The only thing I could do is try and tell them what I feel is right. It may not be what they want to hear, or it may not necessarily be the right thing for them. The only thing I can do is give them my 2 cents on what's going on with their life. So.
My first reaction when someone has an issue with mental health is I like to just sit and hear them out. I want to listen to what they have to say, and I want them to be able to express themselves completely, because that seems to be one of the biggest issues with mental illness. Is these people get isolated. They don't have anyone to talk to about these issues, and that's the most important thing. I mean, we all have feelings whether we have a mental illness or not, and these people, they get these feelings that just overwhelm them even more than usual. So I like to just sit and listen to them, let them get everything out that they've had pent up inside them, and then I usually would try and give advice or relate to it because I've suffered from my own issues.
And if someone were to come up and ask you about, where they could turn to if they were dealing with a huge issue, would you be able to point them in the right direction or give them any resources?
I don't think so, no.
If someone came up to you and had a problem with being unhappy, or let's say a really severe case of depression, would you know where to direct them?
A psychologist, I would say their doctor, maybe they can prescribe something or tell them where to go.
So if someone were to come up to you and let's say that they were sick, you know, like you said, they had some kind of disorder, they were dealing with something like depression, would you know where to turn them to? Would you have the resources to be able to help them out to get what they needed?
Probably not.
I think that's a great way to inform people. You know, like even though I guess you guys aren't really cramming it in anybody's face, you're still providing it. You're still providing information, which is like really cool.
It actually, I think.
Oh, it's right there. Okay.
It actually promotes mental illnesses because it tells people or it informs people about mental illness and what they need, what they want to provide people information with regarding like mental illnesses and people that have those.
That's good. I mean, it's very beneficial for any struggling students, and I know there are a lot of people that are out there that have trouble speaking with people and trying to get help. So that club sounds like very great.
Well, this club is Activeminds, and you're more than welcome to come tonight to our meetings 5:30 to 6:30 because that's exactly what we do.
All right.
All right then.
On campus? That's like, I have to grasp my hand. It's like, it's crazy.
I think that's great. I mean, obviously I didn't know about it, so just promote it, go out there. I mean, I'm sure people would respond well. I'm sure they need help, and for it to be right here in campus with their everyday life, it's great. Okay.
I think it's really good, and it helps like other people understand it too, not think of it like the negative side, think of it as a positive way.
How do you guys work?
We provide information for individuals. We have resources that we can also grant people as well who have questions about it. We provide support for a lot of people and a lot of families that are going through it. And we just try to advocate and just try to get rid of the stigma that a lot of people have towards mental illness.
That makes me feel kind of secure then. You're like, I don't know how to deal with this guy, and then like I know where to turn him to. I know where to get information then, and it sounds really helpful.
How would you feel if you found out that there was a club here on campus called Activeminds, which actually helps promote mental health awareness and trying to uplift a lot of the stigma that people have with mental health issues, and just trying to put a positive spin on it, such as maybe rehab, family and friend support, and information that they could go to deal with those kind of the problems that they have. How does that make you feel?
I think that'd be good because they need it, right? So I think that'd be pretty good.
It should be mandatory. We need people on campus to understand what mental health is. Psychology is not just another science. It's an active, growing being. Like, we need people to understand that and get a part of it. And Activeminds promotes that extremely well, and it's something that we need here. Like, I demand that it comes here because people that suffer from issues, we have tons of stress-related issues on campus. They need a place to go where they can feel safe and where they can talk and relate. I mean, if they are always welcome at Psychology Club, but you know, Activeminds specifically focuses on that.